So, Danny, what's the name of your album?
Too Much Living.
Too Much Living. And Trey?
Mount Pellier.
Mount Pellier.
Yes.
Now, is there any significance in the titles at all, or no? Just thought it was.
No, it shows up in one of the songs.
Okay, all right.
It's a made-up song.
Actually, it's a kind of a bastardized version of a line from a Sparrow song, Carter Albrecht lyric.
Okay.
From the line from My Favorite Part About Life is Living Too Much. So,
okay. You guys worked together in Sorta, and then after Sorta broke up, you guys went your separate ways now. And I was wondering, how was it different doing albums without each other? Because you guys have worked closely together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very, very different.
In what way?
Well, I did this record with Shibboleth.
Okay.
Don sort of oversaw most of the instrumentation, the arrangements, and sort of we all sort of just it kind of just was a little more organic, I guess. I don't know.
You always kind of bring like a stripped down idea, and then we kind of mold it.
Yeah. Just it was more of a band. This was more of Don and I worked these tunes out. He charted them out for the band. We didn't rehearse for any times before we went in, and then we tracked. It was a very different record.
So much different than the way you did the Sorta.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, we would we'd play the tunes for a while, and they'd morph a little bit. And these were like I said, we didn't rehearse very much. We charted the tunes and went in there and made a record.
It was really different for me because it was the first time I'd ever made all the decisions on my own. With Sorta, it would be kind of a collaborative thing. And helping kind of define arrangements and ideas and stuff like that. And everybody was involved with this. When you're doing a record by yourself, you're pretty much, it's all you. I mean, granted, you have other musicians that come in and they may have ideas that you didn't have that are good. But I think the one thing is I've never played any of these songs live with the musicians that recorded on it. So it was pretty much just a total studio project.
What song are you most proud of?
Struggle to Find is probably the one on this record.
Why is that?
I just think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've listened to it a bunch, and tempos were. I think it turned out really, really well.
Was it?
Most of these songs were written on the piano, which was new for me. So I had to kind of learn how to play the piano first.
As you're writing songs?
Right.
You just wanted to make it as difficult as possible?
No, really, it was more fun.
Was it really?
Yeah, the piano is such a great instrument, and it's really easier to me than the guitar, even though I didn't know how to play it at the time.
Right.
The guitar's still challenging, and the piano got easy fast. And then, making up melodies on the piano, but it just came together.
It's just
really nice.
different than the
It's
guitar.
so different, and I guess I had maybe written a waltz kind of far before, but this was really going to be a waltz. It was going to really slow, and it worked.
Yeah, and there's an instrumental on there that I heard it's just great. And people that know you would hear that song would not think that that's a Trey Johnson song.
Yeah, that came real late too. That was almost not going to be on the record.
On your record, what song are you most proud of?
Well, I wrote the entire record on the drums, which I've never played.
That's odd. I've never heard anybody.
So it's a lot more difficult than what he.
Okay, that's not a competition, all right? We're friends and.
Let's see. One song that I'm most proud of.
Yeah, you hear it now and you go, you know what? I did a good job with that. Probably
Tethered or All That I've Done Wrong, just because I think it's a snap. I really love the lyrics, and the melodies and the arrangements came very easy for me because they're very, very simple songs, but I did spend a lot of time with the lyrics. Trying to avoid, cliches and try to find different expressive ways to write. Because I've always pretty much been a sideman. I never really had to worry about writing lyrics, so that was quite difficult. Something I wasn't accustomed to doing. But Carter was a big influence on me lyrically, and I was listening to just pretty much exclusively Townes Van Zandt during the last couple of years, so that helped as well. But yeah, those two songs are my favorites, I think.
Okay, and yours is definitely a country record, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think in truest sense of the word, it's not all country. It's not
Right.
Americana. I think it's a true country record.
Yeah.
I think the thing I like about country music is within those confines, you really have to do something pretty nifty to make it stand out. Whether it be with a unique melody or a great lyric or maybe a twist on the arrangement
Right.
or whatnot. But I don't know. And plus, it's just music that I've had in my head, my heart ever since I was a little kid, thanks to my mom and my dad.
Right.
And that's what they did. Is they played country music. The first half of my life. So.
Trey, how would you describe your album? I mean, if you had to classify it. I mean, it's kind of it's got a little bit of different all over
to me. Yeah, it's the instrumentation is a lot different than was sort of. There's a lot of slides and sort of. That was a big Ward Williams, and this has got strings and horns on it. I thought about that. I don't really know how to answer the question because I just don't. I mean, I think it's got some Southern feel because I'm Southern, but I mean, it's certainly not a country record, and it's not a rock record.
Right.
It's not a pop record. It's, like let's take the song "Old Reaction," which is the first song on the record. That was kind of written as a children's song. A lot of them started out that way because I was just messing around with the piano, and my kids are there, and I'm, and then all of a sudden, a sort of melody might pop out, and then the song would develop into what it did, and then you put strings and horns on something, or the arrangement, whatever the arrangement is, and it took on it was supposed to be kind of a French folk song.
Oh, really?
Really, but I don't know if that translates now.
Yeah.
I mean, it may or may not, but I don't know. I think it's all over the map.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's such a great band.
Now, who's in it?
It's Shibboleth is going to be the band.
So Don Cento, James Driscoll,
yes,
Rich Martin,
yes,
Matt
Kellum
Kellum.
play drums. Yeah.
That's a pretty good band.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're doing all right. And Danny, who's who's going to be playing with you?
Live or who recorded?
Live. Well, live.
Actually, it will be Shibboleth without Rich Martin. I'm going to use the band that I'm currently in, the King Bucks. Our piano player Chad, because he recorded all the piano on the record, and he's already familiar with it. And how can you not have Chad in your band?
Harmonies,
have the
bands.
opportunity to. So it's essentially that would be the core. Eric Neal is playing fiddle.
Okay.
And whoever I can get to play steel. It's hard, to get somebody locked down, a really good player to commit to.
Are there any questions you want to ask of me? I mean, I've been kind of doing all the.
Can I have your phone number?
You have it.
Right.
No.
Okay. Complete this sentence. I wish I could sing.
Well.
Now that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous for you to say that. Try again.
I wish I could sing as good as Trey.
Can you finish? I wish I could sing.
Sing. Just put a period there.
That's what I would. I would do that. That would be my.
That makes sense.
Punctuation.
Is that a wrap?
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, Dave.
Blue winds blow so softly now, I can barely feel the pain of the promises of springtime, disguised as a gentle rain. And the blurry lights of downtown nights made it hard to stay around. I could always let you go, but I could never let you down.